Hey guys, I'm John. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here in front of Rogers Place in Edmonton, standing with my big, blue, beautiful Alberta flag, showing my support for Alberta independence. In my last video, things got cut short because the police let me know the sidewalk directly in front of the arena is actually private property, and they asked me to move to the other side of the street. I respected that and cordially obliged. I was originally going to tack this part of the video onto the end of the previous video, but I decided to make it its own because, well, it's interesting on its own. You'll see why. Hey, Alberta independence. Good. I'm making a YouTube video. Can I ask you guys some questions? Oh, okay. You guys are canvassing. Okay, I won't put you in the film then. You're not canvassing, are you?
Can we ask each other some questions?
Hey, yeah, as long as I can point the camera back at you.
Yeah, totally.
Let's go. I'll talk to anybody.
Yeah, right on.
Like the other day.
Hey, yeah, it was, yeah.
I want to get over here so it's out of the foot traffic way. What's up, man? My name's Henry.
My name's John.
Hey,
I'm just a YouTuber. Who are you guys with?
Independent filmmakers. We're putting together a. Actually, here. Can you just come a little more over here so I can get this? Is that cool if I put this here?
Yeah.
Great. Putting someone from New York. On their behalf, we're just getting some preliminary info about the Alberta separation movement. So we're just trying to get thoughts from the people actually in the movement instead of, the narratives we'll hear from media or anything like that. So, where are you from, John?
I am from Alberta. I'm not going to dox myself exactly.
No, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and where are you at in terms of this separatist movement? Are you you just want... Yeah, tell me about what Alberta separating means to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% in. And for me, I'm more of a philosophical kind of person when it comes to this. I look at the opportunity to actually form a country with a constitution that guarantees freedoms, rights. Like in Canada right now, all we have are privileges. The first clause of the Constitution basically gives the government the right to take away all of our other rights if they deem necessary. And I'm like an idealist in that sense. I want to have a country that, and we can create from the bottom up something that actually guarantees freedom. So there, a lot of other Albertans would probably say something about the economy or something about how much they hate Trudeau, or Carney or whatever. But.
Yeah, and when you think about Canada separating, Alberta separating, is it its own country? Do you have interest in it joining America?
No, I think there's 5%, maybe 3% in this movement who seriously want to join the States, and good on them. They can have their opinions, and I love America. It's just I think Alberta would be better off as a sovereign, independent country.
Yeah.
We are culturally aligned with the Americans. We'll be excellent trading partners. We'll do lots of good things together, but. On our own, it's why would I support leaving Ottawa when we could just, jump in bed with Washington? That doesn't make sense to me.
Right, okay.
Philosophically, I think the government is better, people are better served by the government if it's closer to where they live.
Sure.
Right, closer, if you can decide something municipally, don't go up to the provincial or federal, or keep government closer to the people.
Okay.
It's a general principle.
Okay. And what do you make of when people say the pushback of the Indigenous population or treaty relations? How do you navigate that?
So, I mean, I only see upside, and I don't want to put words into anybody's mouth. I don't speak for Indigenous people, but they have three options the way I see it. They can stay with Canada, even if Alberta separates. They can stay with Canada, keep their exact deals. Nobody's going to change that. Or they could transfer the deals, the treaties to Alberta. So it's basically the same thing, both 1 and 2. Or completely renegotiate it.
How would they stay in Canada? Would they have to move to another province?
Oh, no, I mean, I'm conceptually thinking that it's the treaty lands would just be kind of woven into, or, excluded from and be federal properties. Because right now, they're not, the Indigenous people under the treaties don't actually own their land. It's owned by the Crown.
Right.
And so it's held basically in trust. So it'd be okay, just keep that same deal. But with Alberta independence, they can renegotiate something better, something fair. I ask people, why do you think staying in Canada is going to improve things? Hey, God bless you.
And why do you? So when you talk about freedoms, what are some things that you feel are a freedoms that you don't have now that you think you'd gain with Alberta being its own country?
Right. So freedom of speech. Okay. So in Canada we have freedom or the right to free speech, right? except when the government doesn't want us to have that right. And COVID is like the textbook example. They took away our right to free speech. They censored the internet. This happened all over the world, right? But you saw the pushback in the United States. Places caught on right away. They're like, hey, the government's censoring it, and they pushed back. And it's like, now there's some accountability, maybe, right? So, but I want the right to be able to speak freely, whether things are good or bad. We don't need a right like that when times are good. We only need it when it's bad. And during COVID, that was a good example of when we needed free speech. Just as one example.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. Okay. And now, so it's a lot of the freedom you're talking about is freedom of speech. Are there any other kinds?
Well, okay, with free speech right now, I think there's a bill of C9, C11. There's so many C's, right?
Right.
They want to...
About hate speech?
Yeah, the hate speech laws. Hate speech is like such a dumb thing to say. Who decides what's hateful? You know?
Right.
Like, okay, the only hindrance we should have to free speech is you can't incite violence. Which by the way...
Sure.
EB is calling us traitors. He's actually inciting violence against independent supporters. People are going to start taking that to the logical conclusion and committing violence. I'm afraid of that.
Right.
So that's the only limit I would say is EB. You can't be a liar and call us traitors when we're objectively not. Legally, Canadian separatists in Quebec, we're not traitors. We're not traitors either. We're following a peaceful democratic process.
So do you agree or disagree with this sentiment if, say, like a conservative Albertan would call, say, someone like Mark Carney a traitor or treasonous? Was that okay or no?
Okay, so there's a difference in degree when it's like the premier of a province on national television, or it's a bunch of dudes sitting around like we are right now on the side of the street.
Right.
I might call Trudeau a traitor because of all the ethics violations. Definitionally, I can agree that that's not exactly the same thing.
Sure.
Although I do want consequences, like if he broke the law. So, I'll admit that there's kind of two ways people use it, colloquially or like literally like in the definition from the law.
Sure.
Yeah. We can be reasonable about that.
No, totally. And that's that's like a main point of what the goal of this is, to actually hear from the people themselves instead of assigning the intent of this is what you mean by what you're saying.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with it or disagree with it, I think just having civil discourse probably goes a long way, whether you're a separatist or you want Alberta to stay, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree that just having the dialogue actually on an individual basis could be really helpful? Like
100%. And this is what I'm doing right now, having a dialogue.
Yeah.
Meeting random people. I never know what I'm going to expect.
Yeah.
People are going to attack me. Like actually one lady did assault me, definitely. I don't want to go into that though.
Sure.
But out here, this is where democracy happens. On the street, people share their opinions.
Yeah.
And we also have to get along.
Power to the people, man.
Yeah.
I'm all for power to the people. Just to be transparent, I'm trying to gather information off the cuff. So I lived in the States for a few years.
Yeah,
and now
so
I'm
did
actually.
I,
Oh, what part of the States you live in?
I lived in North Dakota and I lived in
gorgeous.
Michigan. Yeah.
Paradise of the prairies. Yeah. I lived in the Midwest a little bit, then I lived on both coasts.
Yeah.
And I'm much more for Alberta staying in Canada. But again, we're allowed to have disagreements, right?
Absolutely.
And it's civil discourse.
And it's a democracy. Like, this is a peaceful process.
Exactly.
I hope to persuade you. You hope to persuade me.
Yeah, I think there's a level of hope to persuade, but also I personally hope there's just more of a peaceful coexistence, and I think there actually is, but whether we agree politically or not, that's okay, because that's, like you said, that's part of freedom and part of democracy. I guess one of my questions is with freedom of speech.
Okay.
Like, really, what do you feel like you can't say right now? Like, what are some things that you're not allowed to say that freedom of speech is impeding on? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you ask, what do you think I can't say?
Yeah.
Well, right now, I think I can still say a lot. But these hate speech laws that are coming out are pretty much going to limit a lot of things. And so the way it was explained to me is that the Bible has some things that say, they're anti-LGBTQ. Okay?
Sure.
And so a lot of people are offended by what the Bible says that, about gay people.
Sure.
And whatever your opinion is, I'm just using this as an example, right? And so currently we have, the freedom of religion defense. You can say, hey, I this is my sincerely held religious belief. And you can say whatever you want to say about your religious beliefs. But if this all passes with this hate speech law, then they're going to limit that. And it's like, okay, that is a first step, because once we start deciding who what is hateful, Like, where does that lead to? It literally is a slippery slope.
So it sounds like very much like the fundamental conservative. You're trying to avoid government overreach. You don't want them to be able to sign. I'm curious what for your thoughts are, and devil's advocate to a degree. What are your thoughts with? Are you a UCP supporter? I don't want to just assume.
Well, fair enough. I think I did vote for my UCP person last time. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm a bit of a rhinoceros because I supported Pierre Poilievre.
Yeah.
But I didn't vote for him. I'll straight up admit this. I voted for the PPC.
Yeah.
I've been against the federal system in Canada for so long, and I just feel like no matter who gets in there, the PPC, CPC, whatever, they're all going to be the same. The system is the problem. It's the rules that they play by is the problem. And none of them can change the rules. That's why I'm like, the only way to fix this is for Alberta just to go.
Right.
Clean the slate. It's like the ultimate cheat code if you're playing a video game. Like, just clear the game, start over.
I wonder a lot about one of my worries, I guess, and I'm curious if it resonates with you.
Yeah.
Is you look at what just happened with Venezuela, and if we're a new, vulnerable country that's rich in oil and U.S. interference, does that worry you at all?
So actually, I know a lot about Venezuela. I got family in Venezuela, and I'll tell you, they are all cheering and crying and cheering and crying. They were so thrilled when Trump took out Maduro. It was like I know people who are begging for it to happen, and when it finally, so first of all, like,
not all,
the only people supporting Maduro are the ones getting paid or like living in fear. Literally, the whole country hates him. He murdered. He was like Stalin with his collectivos. Like, they were bad.
Not going to bat for Maduro at all. Not at all a defense of Maduro. More just like a foreign interference of that degree. Which, absolutely, getting rid of a dictator. But then you can look at the way he's cozied up to guys like Putin like that. Does he actually care about dictatorship, or how much of it is the oil that they can get, the money they can get from oil?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that is a fear I would have personally if Alberta was to separate. And if that's not a fear to you, that's fine. I was just curious your thoughts.
No, well, I guess, I would be pissed off if Trump swooped in and took Daniel Smith out. Okay, so we can agree on that, right?
Sure.
But I don't, in my heart of hearts, worry about the United States or Trump taking us over. I think that the CBC likes to spin that, and it works because it gets people all excited, and then that's why they voted for Carney, because Trump made one statement about wanting to be a 51st state, and then all of a sudden all the people just jumped on board and they voted Carney in. It's a brilliant political strategy. Get everybody afraid of the states, vote for me.
So do you think Trump's talk about 51st state, that's nothing to be worried about at all?
Well, let's just be real here. In order for that to happen, they would need a supermajority.
Right.
The Democrats would have to get on board. They wouldn't get on board unless they could bring in Puerto Rico or Washington, D.C. So, like, in the land of, let's make things up and talk about it, sure, maybe we could imagine something, but it's just not even possible. There's no way we're going to be a 51st state. The Americans wouldn't want it to happen.
Right. I would say, from my vantage point, it does seem like Trump's disregarding a lot of checks and balances. So it does, again, it's just a fear of mine. Of course, don't have the foresight to be like, this is what's going to happen. It is a paranoia of mine. But again, to hear if it's not for you, that's all totally valid. Yeah. We're all entitled to our own opinions on this, right?
Well, and I'm curious, because I don't like to talk too much about the Americans on this channel, but I'll entertain it. What checks and balances do you think Trump is not following? Can you give me one good one, or maybe 2 or 3 good ones?
I mean, if you look at how much they've delayed, taken, and redacted from the Epstein files, which has been ordered by Congress.
Okay. So, yeah, I think a lot of Trump supporters are pissed off about that because they wanted to see everything.
Across the board, it feels like that's something people should be mad about. We're talking about children being abused, and whether they're Democrats or Republicans, I don't care about. I would just love to see bad people be held accountable.
Right. Okay, you got me. I wish that all the Epstein files were. And
this isn't a matter of trying to get you. It's just a conversation. That's probably good, right?
Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much for chatting.
Thank you so much as well.
Your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
My YouTube channel is Talking to Albertans.
Talking to Albertans?
Yeah.
Is that Talking?
Talking to Albertans.
Great. All right. Well, and sorry, what was your name again?
My name's John.
I don't have a channel. I'm just conducting these. John, nice meeting you, dude.
Well, okay, how can I find this interview? I'd be like,
this is just like preliminary stuff that we're going to be sending back to the production just to get a sense of, get a finger on the pulse of everything. So this isn't going to necessarily be used in the documentary.
We won't be publishing.
But we can also reach out to you. We can also reach out to you on your channel if we do a follow-up or something.
I think we might actually want to involve you in the film once we start filming with real cameras.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Hey, you guys treated me fair, so I'm definitely interested.
Yeah, right on, man. We appreciate the discourse.
Hey,
truly.
God bless you, and
likewise,
thank
man.
you for the fair conversation.
Cheers, dude. Take care.
Hey, Alberta Patriots. How's it going? Can I ask you guys a few questions? Not for the camera.
Hillary's better.
Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end this video right here. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm sorry I had to cut a few times here because my camera did die. And but anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. Cheers.